Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Hub. Happy Friday, happy Rocket Pitch Day. I'm Brandon, I'm director here at the William & Mary Entrepreneurship Hub, and I am really excited to welcome you and kick off our third Rocket Pitch here at the Hub. If you haven't been here yet, or you're not aware of our affinity for QR codes, if you would, scan this, pull out your phone and scan this QR code. That way you get credit for checking in today. You might be asking yourself, well, what does credit mean? Well, for us, it means that you earn 400 points, and those points can be added up as much as you engage with the Hub. You meet with a mentor. Show of hands of mentors in the room. Hands up real quick. Yes, we've got some great mentors in the room. So if you meet with these people, have a session, you earn more points. If you come to Rocket Pitch, or you want to come out to Startup Virginia and come with us on our excursion, that's more points that you can redeem for snacks and swag. Our vending machine just around the corner, built by our tech team, you can use those points to redeem for snacks, for swag. And if you keep showing up, you can earn extra perks, like extended access here at the Hub. Plus, if you're the top earner at the end of the semester, you get invited back to an exclusive gathering with President Rep. So on top of all that, you also, by checking in just now, got entered into our swag giveaway, which we'll announce during the voting session today. Everyone have a chance to check in? Saw a lot of phones, which is awesome. If you would also please online check in, our support person, Michael, will be linking the check-in QR link. So let me give you a quick rundown for how Rocket Pitch works. You'll have 4 minutes to pitch. Remember, this is a competition, so we're going to keep you honest and cut you off right around the time. Emily, give us a wave. She's our timekeeper for today. Make sure that you cover the problem, the market, the competitive landscape, solution, and that your overall delivery is on point. After your pitch, you'll get 4 minutes roughly of Q&A. We're going to flex that just a bit because we have 2 pitchers today. And don't forget that you're competing for 800 points and a spot in our demo day finale, Rocket Pitch Face-Off. Okay? Everyone ready? I'm going to say, let's get ready, and you say to rocket, all right? Let's get ready to... That was one more time. Let's get ready to... Rocket. That's better. Appreciate it. So first up, we have Najee Joyner joining us with her venture, Join Her. Najee, give it up for Najee. You're welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Najee Joyner, and this is Join Her. Growing up, I loved makeup, but I constantly got it wrong. On the left is an image of me in 2018. My lashes are halfway on, and my eyebrows are. And on the right is of me in 2022. Still in my summer foundation, although my winter has robbed me of my melanin. I spent hours watching tutorials, and they never quite fit me, excuse me. The problem was that there was no one to turn to and ask if I was doing something right or if I was doing something wrong. And that's a common experience for many people. There's no way to get real-time makeup help and answers. That's why I wanted to create Join Her, an AI-based platform that'll help me solve ideas. The global beauty industry is massive and valued at over $450 billion this year alone, and is expected to reach $760 billion in 2034. Within that, the AI segment is growing even faster, projected to reach nearly $9.5 billion in 2029, with a compound annual growth of 20 to 21%. When our AI platform is in its early phases, even carving out just 1% of this space could lead to $60 to $100 million in revenue, using technology to change how people learn how to do their makeup. There are plenty of players in the AI beauty industry. Even direct competition includes L'Oreal's Beauty Genius, AI try-on filters, actual makeup artists, as well as ChatGPT. But even they have major gaps. L'Oreal's AI beauty filter, Beauty Genius, only answers for specific products that are towards them, as well as ChatGPT. They tend to give out wrong product recommendations. I've spent over 20 minutes in Ulta looking for a product that actually never existed at one point, which I thought was very funny. And while makeup artists can host classes, providing direct correction and one-on-one help isn't always attainable and immediate for everyone. This picture I inserted in ChatGPT. As you can see, they thought my lips were on my chest and that eyeshadow should go on my collarbone. And one woman who isn't me, which is right here, is kind of what I want Join Her to actually look like. To be able to provide those schematics that are towards consumers. This picture is the best makeup I've ever done. It was for a friend's wedding. I was a bridesmaid in it, and I was very happy to do it. I want all women to feel that way. I want people to feel pretty and achieve the level of beauty that they're looking to achieve. I want the program to use computer visualization to map people's facial features, find undertones and skin types, and recommend reputable products. Imagine uploading a photo of yourself and getting custom guidance, which foundation shades work for you, where to apply your blush for your face shade, and even tutorials from creators who might look at you. Our phase 1 MVP will focus mainly on facial mapping and product placement, delivered through a web-based model, as well as create a feedback loop to continuously improve the program. There are some overall functions, specifically these ones that I want to include in my overall program. And lastly, of course, the question everybody wants to know, what is our revenue model? Join Her will generate revenue through almost a freemium model, where basic guidance is for free, while advanced features such as full face mapping would be a premium after first and second use, as well as affiliate and brand sponsorships, creating curated monthly and weekly hits on hot and trendy products that would connect consumers directly to makeup brands, as well as selling anonymous data insights later done that can be sold to beauty companies to understand what consumers think as well as feel about certain products. And finally, I want to say that I'm looking for students, mentors, partners, and anyone who can provide developmental support because I believe Join Her can redesign the way people view beauty. And I want to thank you all for joining me here today.
So now it's our Q&A portion. As you see me here with the box, wait until you get the box to ask your question. If anyone would like to ask a question, hands up and be ready to catch. Oh yeah,
It's a long throw.
yep, it is.
Nice work. I liked your presentation. Thanks for being here and pitching. Can you talk a little bit more about how you intend to acquire customers? What will your process be at the beginning, and if that's any different from as it continues?
Starting off, it would more than likely be a free-based program. I would essentially find some people because I feel like at the beginning, I'm not really sure what it is that I'm fully pushing out. I know what I want things to look like. However, getting to that point is going to take time. It's going to be tedious endeavor with AI engineers as well. So what I want to do is push out a free model specifically towards influencers to try to use the product to see how they like it, to get what it is that they're looking for out of their makeup to decide different type of makeup looks, because there's a multitude of different looks it is that you can try to reach for. And then from that, generate get a bunch of people to actually try to use the product.
So that makes me think about a follow-on question, and it's whether you have a target customer demographic. Do you have an early adopter customer in mind?
Early adopter customer in mind would definitely be women within their 20s, women who are technology focused and looking to try to figure out what it is they're doing, specifically beginners, people who aren't or haven't really used makeup before and don't know what they're doing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, next up.
It seems like there's a lot of opportunity with the brand here, and the question about customers is. It really is, well, it's consumers and there's customers. To me, the customer here is the brand. They're the ones. So, have you thought about campaigns with brands? For instance, you go to L'Oreal and you say somebody who buys, just making this up, a certain amount of makeup in a month, and it gets a free subscription for 6 months to your service, things like that. Also, I see this as targeting girls who are just starting grooming. I have a daughter, of course I don't know, but she does. Well, when she was just getting started, she kind of didn't know where to start. So that's another brand play. You thought about much about that, and you made contemplated how you might approach brands.
How I would actually try to go about doing this, specifically would be, I haven't thought of actually stepping out to reach towards a brand to have them offer anything other than them offering to place themselves in a position to essentially be affiliated with the product or with the program. That is a great idea, however. I definitely will keep that in mind going forward. And it is definitely based towards beginners, but I feel like you can be a beginner at any stage, not just young. Even my mother doesn't know how to put on a pair of lashes. So it's very interesting to try to reach out towards a wide demographic of beginners. That's not just child-based.
Thank you. Next up, we have a question from the Zoom room.
So Jennifer asks, you shared the beauty market size. What is the size of the target market population that has this problem?
The target market population that has this problem, I am not sure specifically on an exact number. I would assume it's anybody who does not know how to. That would be my thing. And that's almost everybody. Everybody starts at a point where they don't know how to. So that would be the thought there.
All right, next question. You got it, Steve?
Is there a real mic in this? I guess there is. I don't have a question, I have a comment. That is one of the most biggest, largest competitive industries in the marketplace. And I see your passion, and I just want to tell you, I appreciate the courage you show in jumping into that market, and I'm impressed.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you so much.
I think we have time for one more question. If anyone would like to ask? Yeah, Emily. You want me to throw it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
I'm confident, kind of proud of that, okay? So, as an individual who's obsessed with makeup and spend hundreds of it, like dollars on my makeup, probably every year. Do you think is going to be, like this platform is gonna be like an app on your phone where you can take your picture every day, so that way you can say, hey, it's winter. So what shade am I now compared to my summer shade?
I would like to get to that point. Starting off, I don't think we'll be there, but that is definitely something I want to look towards doing in the future. For starters, I'd like to get it off the ground, so.
All right, one more round of applause for Najee.
Great.
All right. Our next pitcher is Liam Ellis with Royal Oak Solutions. Let's give it up for Liam. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liam Ellis, and I'm presenting on behalf of my venture, Royal Oak Premium Plan Healthcare. I'd like to go over some of my personal qualifications first. I'm a 2-year employee of the Davy Tree Expert Company. I'm a licensed professional and commercial pesticide applicator, and I have been hired by the William & Mary Facilities Management to work with the trees here on campus. So what is plant healthcare really? The most general definition is that it's a holistic approach to plant health promotion and loss prevention. But essentially, it's ensuring things like this never happen. So I'd like to break down the three main phases or components that go into a plant healthcare plan. The first is soil health. Now, the soil really is the root of all problems when it comes to a tree. If the soil has low nutrients, has poor water permeability, or is overcompressed from, say, foot traffic or construction equipment rolling over it, the tree is going to be unhealthy. When the tree is unhealthy, it is much more vulnerable to diseases or pests taking over and killing it. So on the right is one such solution or one service that would kind of work towards promoting soil health. It's physically aerating the soil, making sure roots can receive water and nutrients and air efficiently. On the same note as nutrients, fertilizer is phase two. This is our bare bones, our main bread and butter service that we'll be pitching to most of our customers. It's relatively inexpensive compared to other services, and you will see results rather quickly. Within 1 to 2 weeks, your trees and shrubs will look healthier and greener. Phase three is integrated pest management, and this is any service or any action that reduces the chance that a pest or disease will take over your tree or plant. So it does include pesticides sometimes when it is absolutely necessary. For example, emerald ash borer, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's an insect that is invasive and it has killed millions and millions of trees, ash trees, in Virginia alone. And there are many such diseases and many such pests that once it infects the tree, there's nothing really you can do. The only action is preventative. So again, this is our model. It's a three-pronged approach to plant healthcare. So I'd like to talk about market identification real fast. Our target demographic is primarily households and neighborhoods with a high level of disposable income, alongside households with valuable large trees in their yard that they maybe grew up with, they've had in their family for years and years, and they really care enough to spend thousands of dollars to protect that tree long term. As far as competition, there are only 2 firms in the Williamsburg area that provide this level of service. It is a rather niche industry. It is rather young, and there are very few young people going into this field. I feel like I can leverage my characteristics. I'm a small, solo-run operation. I'm a William & Mary University student, and I've been trusted by the university to do this work for our trees here on campus. So I feel like I can leverage those characteristics to kind of gain trust with customers who are perhaps more willing to trust a William & Mary. As far as margins go, I've spent 2 years working in depth with management of a $5 million plus firm. I have a good idea of how to bid and estimate jobs. I know how much these things cost, down to the inch and tree diameter. Now let me tell you, there's a very, very high profit to be made. It varies per service, but in general, it's anywhere from 60 to 80%. This is a premium service for a premium price. I spent multiple days just this past summer where I was billing $900 an hour. So there's a very high possibility of profit, scalability, and growth. Thank you.
All right, same as last time. If you have a question, please wait for the mic box to be in your hands. Yeah.
Great pitch. I was curious, sort of, why are you so interested in this topic? Sort of like what led to your passion for helping trees in healthcare?
Thank you. So I'm a environmental policy and economics student. Prior to this, I really wanted to be an environmental lawyer and kind of just help the environment any way I could. And that's what I grew up doing in high school. And I found my internship at Davy Tree my freshman year, and I just loved it. I love being outside and working with trees, and that's kind of what led me to this. I want to do this as a career. So cool. Thank you.
Next up.
You mentioned that this is like a premium service for, high disposable income customers. And how do you kind of get these customers to know that, maybe their trees do need this level of service? And how do you actually approach getting customers? Because, maybe I have some trees that are in need, but I don't actually know that they could really benefit from this service.
So I've done some research on where the most wealthy neighborhoods are in the Williamsburg area, and just from there, just door knocking.
Steve.
In the industry, I noticed that organics have been playing a role and versus chemical pesticides. I wanted to get, I'd love to just hear your input on the impact. And number two, since you obviously had experience working in that firm, where do you see yourself and your niche identifying what you're doing that's different from the firms that you're obviously familiar with? And how do you see yourself, separating yourself from your competition?
So the first question, there have been great strides in the industry, kind of leaning away from pesticides. Pesticides are seen socially as a undesirable thing. So that's kind of goes back to the idea of integrated pest management, utilizing every other opportunity through biological or physical or cultural controls before having to use pesticides. And then to the second question, I think I'll separate myself from the larger firms in being a smaller local business at the start. Just how I have a heightened level of care for trees in Williamsburg. I've been going to college for 2 years. I see them every day on my way to class. So I think that's different, and I can market myself that way than just a corporate company that set up a firm in Williamsburg.
Local roots. All right. Next question, Andrew.
Yeah, a very interesting proposition, but I wonder, in a lot of neighborhoods, there are a very large number of trees that are not actually in people's properties. And they can spread disease of all sorts. And I think a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to pay for this $900 an hour unless I know I'm really going to get something for it. And I wonder how you approach those people, especially given that a lot of disease is going to spread from areas that really are out of control, or nobody looks out.
Absolutely. And those instances of $900 an hour were not the norm, I will say. Like, I think the average expected of us was $250 an hour, but those $900 an hour charges was when we were working with tree injections, which takes a very long time, and you're physically injecting pesticide mixture into the tree, and that's to treat for a disease such as that it's in the area, it's known, and if that isn't applied in time, your tree will likely die. So I've worked with situations where families had a whole line of trees behind their house that weren't owned by anybody die one after another. There's a disease I'm from Pennsylvania. We have a disease called oak wilt, which again, once it gets inside an oak tree, it's dead. That's it. So unfortunately, they have to choose between either paying the price or likely having their tree die, and then having to cough up $8,000, $10,000 for removal. So it's up to them at that point, I think.
Yeah, although it's often too late by the time people realize.
Yeah.
They have a problem.
Yeah. And the way I hope to address that is through Facebook groups, pamphlets, and just getting the word out in any way I can about the diseases that might be in the area.
Right. Question here, sweatshirt.
Thanks. My question is a bit about your target market, just kind of building off that last question. So like say there's a tree in the neighborhood, that like people want to take care of. Are you looking more to look for individual customers, like going house by house and like getting like 5 customers in this neighborhood? Or are you more looking at like talking to this neighborhood organization, getting this neighborhood contracted to take care of everything? Which of those is your goal, or are both of those your goal? And then what are the benefits for those approaches?
Definitely both. So when it comes to HOAs, I would definitely be looking to talk to the organizer or the organization that oversees the grounds and gardens of the HOA. But when it comes to just standard neighborhoods, I would probably just go door to door, house to house.
Cool. Next question. So what's your plan for like scaling? Do you plan on maybe hiring some other William and Mary students, especially since you mentioned like HOAs and some larger projects?
So yeah, definitely. Once I get enough to cash flow, enough equipment and training to hire employees, that's definitely my next goal. I didn't get to talk about it, but becoming an ISA certified arborist is my main priority after graduation. And once I hit that, I think I'll be able to have enough knowledge base to train and take on employees, hopefully from Wickenbury, yeah. Thanks.
All right, thank you all for the questions. One more round of applause for Liam. Steve? All right, thank you, Emma. So now is your opportunity to vote. So if you pull out your phone and scan this QR code, you're going to go to a type form in which you can select your choice for today's winner. The scale is from disagree to strongly agree. For pitches 3 and 4, there are no pitchers today in slots 3 and 4, so please just put disagree for those so that we can have a clear visual of the winner.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you about one that I was confused about? I was like, really keep watching. Thinking about things, I think this is the closest one. Just for working. It's definitely like. Yeah. But where I have sounds like more, yeah, that's a brand. Yeah, I'm. Oh, the spot. So. It's like, I was telling our soccer team, basketball team, one of the playoff teams since 2009. It's Lance. I'm talking about our soccer team. Chicago Fire. I don't think I'll ever go to one. I'm trying to go to there active in Soldier Field, but it's gonna be so fire. I can feel. I think I don't like the brand new. Yeah, there was an actual fire. Yeah, that was in the 1800s. But I don't know who named the team. Also, I don't watch. Yeah. Maybe I should watch that here. You know, what we need is, on the US team.
All right, let's get to the final results. But before we do, if you scanned in, checked in, you were entered into the swag giveaway. Our swag giveaway winner for today is Tyler. Tyler, are you here? Tyler, swag giveaway. Give it up for Tyler. If you need a different shirt, we can change it out size-wise. So here you go, some Chick-fil-A, that's some swag.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a high pass.
And now, the moment we've been waiting for since 12 o'clock. Drum roll, please. Our winner is Liam Ellis with Royal Oak Solutions. Come on up. Congratulations. Make sure that you stick around. We're going to want to catch some pictures for social media. You've got 800 points that you can redeem for snack and swag, and you're in for the final round at Rockfish Face Off on the 21st.
Thank you.
Give it up for Liam one more time. All right, that's a wrap for us. If you would, go eat some more pizza. There are some upcoming ways to engage with us at the hub, like connecting with a mentor, coming to our excursion, coming back for demo day. Those are going to be made available here on the screens so that you can check those things out as they appeal to you. But my final challenge for you is to make a new connection. See a familiar face, reconnect, build a relationship, and make progress on things you care about. Okay? See you next time.